In a great golf swing, you look really balanced. The weight shifts left, but how do you do it? We're going to help you understand something that your right leg and your right hip does to help you get to that position. Nate, I want to start this video talking about a pitching motion, right? You've played a lot of baseball, and I think it's really helped you in your golf swing. Now, if we just go through a pitching motion, let's kind of look at your, kind of what happens on your right hip.
Okay. Come set, coil up, rotate.
All right, so notice how much driving there is from the trail leg. I mean, oftentimes in the golf swing, we're always focused on, okay, you get your weight to your lead foot, right, and get your, help get your hip open. But there's something that your trail leg has to do, right, to do this. So,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that in a little more detail. All right, so let's get your club here. And just go to the top of your swing. All right, so we've had other videos where we talk about how you properly load the right hip. Now, from the transition, or as you go through transition, notice what the right hip is doing here. It doesn't just spin out, it helps move everything left, right? So if I stand back kind of at a 45 degrees, basically aligned from his toes to his ankle, see that right hip is helping move the trunk this way? So it's not just spinning out to the camera, right?
No.
So kind of what does it feel like, right? What do you feel in your swing?
Okay, so keeping the right leg in its position. As I coil up, I feel a lot of ground pressure there. I've extended, although I haven't turned, like overturned or over-rotated. Keeping that planted. I'm ready now with that smooth, it creates a very smooth backswing turn, maintaining my posture. I'm maintaining my balance. I've loaded up this energy. Moving forward, I'm just trying to get this left hip basically back and out of the way. And this right leg just is able to drive that motion and unload these angles through impact.
All right, so it's not, maybe as a visual, if I think of like, as I'm looking at your swing coming, this direction, right? If I think of your right hip kind of like comes to me, right? And your left hip more goes back, right? The combination of those two is what gives you the pelvis. Now, it's not strictly true, but maybe to help you as a visual, right? You're driving more the lateral from your trail foot, and your lead foot is really helping you get the left hip back. Those two, if you think about it, if I have a force that goes this way and a force that goes this way, then overall, the sum of those forces is this direction. And what do we want to see in a good golf swing is your pelvis moves towards your left ankle, and it leaves you then the ability to tilt, right? And you've got the maintenance of the spine, and you get this nice shoulder tilt from so if we look from the down the line perspective, we've got a great shoulder tilt as the pelvis moves this way, right? So as Nate drives the right hip this way towards the target, the ground pressure away from the target line with the left, now his spine is able to get this great shoulder tilt. Most pro swings are somewhere in the 55-degree range. When you look at the down the line video like this, as you come into impact, it's not, it's much more than you might think, but if you measure it, we'll show a few overlays here on the video. It's about 55. Dustin Johnson gets to about 60 degrees right there. The only way you're going to do that, right? So if my right hip spins out towards the ball, like there's no way you can tilt your spine tilt is all messed up. Right?
Club's getting shot out over the top and releasing.
And you have to save it. Okay.
Yep.
Actually, let's just from this down the line perspective here. Let's do one just in slow motion where your right hip kind of comes way out towards the target line, and you can see Nate's shoulders now nowhere near the tilt. So you're gonna have to save that with a flipping motion of the right wrist, and you see that all the time, right? So utilizing the driving foot, you've loaded up your right hip in the backswing, and feeling that right hip drive towards the target, left hip away from the line, gives you a combination that lets you have the necessary tilt that you want to see in your swing. As you're trying to learn these moves, sometimes it's hard to do it just by yourself. We've got a great solution. We do online swing reviews. We've got a 7-day free trial where you can submit your swings to Nate. He'll look at it, give you direct feedback right on an easy-to-use app on your phone. Click the link in the description below or in the iCard here. You'll get a 7-day free access. Check it out.